All righty. Good morning, Nate. How are you today?
I'm doing good, Danielle. How you doing this morning?
I'm really good. Thank you so much for jumping on with me today. I have been very eager about meeting with you based on your experience and your resume. So you're currently with Penske.
Yes, ma'am. Currently at Penske, I'm the assistant rental manager at Penske Truck Leasing right now.
All righty, great. And as the assistant rental manager, tell me a little bit about what you do there.
So, as being the assistant rental manager at Penske Truck Leasing, I'm over the inventory of over 340 trucks. I'm responsible for making sure that all these trucks get their maintenance due in a timely manner, and that we basically give all these trucks to our leasing customers and our rental customers in a timely manner, and that everything is guaranteed to them for customer satisfaction.
All right, great. And then before that, you were with Pentair for about 2 years.
Yes, ma'am. When I was working at Pentair Aquatics, they are known for their fish farm. So did a lot of things dealing with logistics on that side. I was inventory, worked the inventory with them as well, with between fish tanks to fish food, you name it. I was a track of the inventory for that.
Okay, great. And then I see you were with Oxygo, Article, and is it Gemalato?
Demonto. Yes, ma'am.
Gemalto. Um, we talked a little bit about the job that I'm hiring for. Out of the positions that you've had since 2015, which one do you think would be the closest in transferable skills?
I would say both positions between Demonto and Pentair. Prior to moving to Orlando, Demonto is a credit card company. I was an inventory specialist at that location. I was in charge of over 1 million cards and making sure that these credit cards, from Mastercards to Visas to Costco to Sam's gift card, Sam membership cards, all were documented and placed in a proper inventory at our location, our facility in Jacksonville. And then we also had to manage to make sure all these credit cards got out to their customers in a timely manner. Same thing with Pentair. I was the team lead, but I was also in charge of inventory, doing the inbounds and outbound shipments, making sure that our clients get their fish, I would say fish farm needs in a timely manner because most of these places are small businesses. So everything had to be efficient, everything had to be on time, everything had to be basically stated and quoted and ready to go.
All right, great. And then we talked a little bit off camera about like auto parts experience, like what specific bolts are and washers and nuts and things like that. Where
Mhm.
did you gain that experience?
I gained that experience this past 2 years as I've been with Penske Trail Rental.
With Penske? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, who's doing the service, or is that done there on site?
Yes, ma'am. We have our own service team on site, our own garage. We have to keep track of, excuse me, things as small as washes all the way to transmission. So, keeping inventory on that, making sure that we don't buy too many engines or too many things to keep cost efficient, good for us to stay above number for the quarters.
Okay. So if someone were to come and ask you for something specific, that would relate to operations for something on the trucks, you would know what those parts are.
I'll be familiar with it if I have the Google search just to make sure it's the right part. But for the most part, if it's from regular gas to diesel engine, I'm pretty sure I'm comfortable with finding that part and knowing about that part.
Okay, great. Why don't you tell me about a time that you identified an opportunity to save some money during the inventory process? Can you think of a time?
Oh yes, man. I guess think right here at Penske right now. Currently, our service department was going through some ups and downs with parts, and our previous part person was ordering way too many parts that we didn't need, and we were losing money because now we're just sitting on those parts. So I helped them come up with an inventory system where that we only get those parts when the trucks are necessary to get those parts. So there's no need to have for like future invent like future like basically trying to prep for something that doesn't exist, and now we're just sitting on parts, and that money is being wasted. Only order the parts that are necessary for that particular truck that's broken down, and keep an inventory at a good mellow point where we still are not we're not losing money by sitting on parts.
Okay, great. And then what about staying organized and making sure that no details are overlooked with such a large inventory. Tell me about that. How would you do that?
So here at Penske, what I do is I do daily audits. Basically, throughout the day, I'll go around and we have scans that basically lets me know like if one of our mechanics takes 4 washers from this bin, he has to scan it and say that he took 4 washers from this bin, and then without throughout the day, I will go periodically and just do random checks, cycle counts on certain things to make sure that inventory is corrected and inventory is off. At that moment, I need to know why are we off by 5 washers. Like, hey, did we lose 5 washers? Did the tech put 5 washers in the pocket by accident? Did we never get these 5 washers? Just trying to basically narrow down inventory to the smallest thing, because every cents can add up at the end of the day. So if
Sure.
I have 5 washers that cost $5, that's $25 that we could be using towards something else.
What motivates you, um, to take ownership of processes and to continually seek improvements?
Um, what motivates me is just being better each day, being better than I was the previous day. So whatever I did the day before, I want to make sure I do it better the next day to make my day the following day that much easier. So the more work I put in that allows my work process to be easier is what motivates me to get the job done.
All right, great. Well, I'm going to go ahead and stop this part of the interview, but don't go anywhere. We got a few more things to talk about.
Yes, ma'am.